right. Our first speaker for the District 22 International Speech Contest, Sara Douglas, My Olympic Journey. My Olympic Journey, please welcome Sara Douglas.
I am standing on the edge of my bunk bed, a chubby little girl ready to do her Mary Lou Retton double front flip onto her own 2 feet, and I believe that I am good enough for the gold. I had been obsessed with many superhumans over the past year, but all others paled in comparison to this one hero that now was everything for me, Mary Lou Retton, the first American woman to win the all-around competition in the Olympics in 1984. She won the gold that year. And I had somehow gotten my hands on a tape of her performance, and I had spun it back and forth for 2 whole days. I learned every move. I observed everything that she did, everything from the energy of her coach and her teammates to the megawatt smile that she had every time she perfected her landing. I saw the flips, and I also saw everything that she brought to the table. For me, Mary Lou embodied strength and excellence. She was the example of what was possible for me. Only I didn't have any of the skills or any of the training, resources, or even the athleticism. I didn't even have a balancing beam or a set of bars to work with. But you know what I did have? A bunk bed. Now I just needed a coach. My older brother Jason, who usually spent his days antagonizing me with bugs and critters, and who also had none of the skills or training or athleticism, decided that he would be my coach. So there in the great big white house on the corner street, up in that tiny bedroom with the very tall ceilings, I began to work on my routine. I had envisioned it to a T exactly how it would go down. And I had to do it just like Mary Lou Retton. Closing my eyes, I could feel the mat under my feet as I walked toward my bunk bed. As I climbed, it suddenly morphed into an Olympics certified balancing beam. My little brother turned into a world-class gymnastic coach. And the hissing of the radiator nearby suddenly became the roaring crowd cheering me on. This was the moment I had been waiting for, and boy, was I ready. So I launched myself forward with a quick double step into my handspring and backflip, now for the moment that everyone was waiting for. That forward front flip, landing perfectly just like Mary Lou Retton did. I ran as fast as I could, feet first, off of that bunk bed. My confidence was as high as the elevation. Fast forward a few years. It's 2014 in Sochi, Russia. The Olympics are here. The adrenaline is pumping. The USA is on their feet. They are ready for their gymnast to land the gold. She's flying through the air, just one flawless landing away from a perfect performance. I'm a little bit older now, a little bit wiser, and life has taken me very far from that little white house on the corner street. As my pride swells, I stand on my feet and I jump as high as I can into the air and land on my living room floor. As you may have guessed, making it into the Olympics was never a part of my journey. In fact, that day, that chubby little girl accidentally threw herself directly into the metal radiator, resulting in a concussion, the first of many. And while I used to blame that stroke of luck on my parents' genetic hand-me-downs, I now know that not pursuing that dream further really came down to this one fact. I was never meant to be Mary Lou Retton. As the seasons of life have passed and time has gone on, I have come to realize that not every dream is meant for me. Not every success is guaranteed. The radiator may have knocked the Olympic dream right out of my head that day, But I have gone on to dream new dreams and pursue other successes in my life. And while heroes have come and gone, every single one will have a special place in my heart. But the one hero that has stayed with me all of this time is that little girl. Her enthusiasm for life, her drive to take what she had and do the best that she could, surrounding herself with role models who embodied qualities that she looked up to and that lit her up and helped her grow. I will never forget walking into my first Toastmasters meeting. It felt a lot like that day when I was watching the Mary Lou Retton performance for the first time. There were individuals standing up and facing their fear of public speaking with preparation and ease and grace. This a fear that is greater than death itself for most of humanity. That is when I realized that Toastmasters was meant to be a part of my journey. This organization has provided me with mentors from all walks of life, friends from around the world, and the opportunity to use my voice on various platforms and continue to grow. These platforms that allow us to tell stories and inspire are so important. What we need today, in the midst of all of this, is platforms that allow us to build resilience and hope and perform courageously, even via Zoom. In the midst of societal norms that are changing at a rapid, fast pace, we need platforms like Toastmasters to connect us to courage and each other now more than ever, because we are all destined to perform on our own stages of life, uniquely in our own ways. And as the platforms that we stand on are shifting and adjusting and changing, we must remember this one truth that is still true no matter what. This journey, it belongs to each of us. There is only one failure, and that is not pursuing the things that are in our hearts to do. In finding our own courage, we inevitably light the way for others to find theirs too. The heroes we surround ourselves with will determine how we grow and whether we face uncertainty with courage for all. The world is watching. The world is waiting. What is in your heart? And who might be waiting for you to find your courage? I know what those answers are for me. As I continue to stand on the stages that life provides me, I can only hope that one day, in some way, I'll be a glimmer in some little girl's eye, just like Mary Lou Retton was for me.
Thank you, Sara.